Our resistance targets are starting to meet as per expected, and momentum appears to be showing an upside continuation. With the current upside, a breakout has started, and it's out of the formation we spoke of just yesterday. The formation has 3 price objectives, of which 2 have been fulfilled. Welcome back to the channel on this Thunder Thursday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol ASRE. Let's kill 'em. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and pop open the chart here for ASRE. We are observing here the daily chart, and the daily chart is important here specifically because we are breaking upside of the SMA 100, and that is the 100-day simple moving average. And you can see price action has now just moved onwards here to that 29.90 top side, and it looks like the asset ended up reaching on this last, let's see, the very top side was at 29.96. Yeah, so very close to that 30-cent zone, and absolutely a zone of which we already noticed could have been a probability for today's price action, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at a few charts here because these are of incredible importance. This is the chart that we were looking at just yesterday, right? So I know it's a little convoluted here, so I can go ahead and actually display to you a little bit of visibility into what I am looking at here so that you can pretty much understand what it is, right? This is the ascending triangle that we were observing just yesterday. And for now, we can go ahead and just get rid of the linear regression channel too, right? So we can go ahead and conserve some space. So, right, so this is the descending triangle. And we've noticed that the behavior of this triangle has been like this over the last few months, right? It's starting to now fake out, and then it creates another formation of which it uses to break out and meet other targets, right? So this is I guess it's a bullish buy formation right here, and we are noticing that we are presently breaking out of this ascending triangle now, right? So these are both highly credible formations, right? Except that I hate it that they're in the hourly time frame, but still, it's okay. So yes, we spoke about this formation yesterday. We spoke about us trying to break out and then starting to validate our newly converted resistance into a support, of which we definitely got, and then we started moving onwards and upwards, right? Of which, you know, now we close a target at 29.90, and we were already looking at a potential close. Here's the close right up here, just by the way, right? It says ASRE 29.90. This is the little tiny candle here. So we were expecting already getting resistance from these zones anyway, right? So we spoke of a resistance area between 28.52 and 29 cents, and then the next area that we would see as a likely resistance would be 29.42 to 30.34. Price action came right in the 50% of this area here, and that is presently what is being looked at, right? So I want you to also notice that we had 2 other targets. I'm sorry, we have 3 targets right now being presented, right? So this first target, we're gonna it was based on the breakout of the formation, right? So it would actually be right here, since this was the first candle that did not have any exposure to the inside. And it doesn't matter that this one did and this one did. The fact is that the first candle that breaks out of, that's the one, right? So let's see. Now we're going to have to adjust our targets ever so slightly. So we're going to see if these targets now met the top side that we ended up getting today, right? So this is the first one here, and this would be set. Yeah, it actually just adjusted it ever so slightly, right? So now this one would be indicating 30.18. We came out to, actually, we reached 29.96, so that was very close to that top side. And this one is no longer valid. And the next one was, actually, this is still the same, right? This is the entire backside of the triangle, right? And that's still suggesting here 32.15. We're not going to change that, right? So those are the next targets that we could be observing here, right? So just to kind of put it out there, we can tag them up, right? So 30.18 would be this one right over here, and this one right here, 32.15, right? So we're going to just go ahead and make sure to jot that down right there. Okay, team. So yeah, it's looking like that could be the case, and that's usually the breakout strategy for this, for this type of formation here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to the next chart and see what we have, right? So yeah, we were already speaking of these potential resistances. They're very similar to the ones that we just spoke of right now. And price action, yep, price action is looking pretty damn bullish here. This is the daily candle, and you can see here, we were expecting this. We were expecting that there could be a surge to the upside fairly soon, and that fairly soon actually did pretty much happen today, right? So now, naturally, you know, we're starting to get a push to the upside, which can actually assist momentum to pivot towards that upside. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the Bollinger Bands here on the 3-day time frame, because this is critical as well. So this candle formation, I'm sorry, this candle here has about 14 hours and 39 minutes and counting to close, right? And this is the mean reversion that we spoke of, right? So we would get, you know, the top side of the Bollinger Bands here. That's a short position. You come back down, you break beneath the mid band here, and then you would actually continue to the downside. And what usually happens is that when you touch the opposing side, you usually get a long signal right here, and then you would either choose to resist at the mid or the top side area, right? So we didn't have enough push for the bulls right up here, so we ended up coming back down to test the bottom side of the Bollinger Bands, and now you can see we're mean reverting. The mean presently is located at, let's see, 33.74, aka 34 cents averaged, right? So that's kind of like what's being suggested here, or a target that, you know, we should be kind of looking into. So 34 cents or 33.67, right? We already have 32.15, and I guess it could, well, you know what? Actually, I think I may be able to adjust that the right way. Yeah, so actually, my apologies. I am supposed to do it like this here, right? Because I took it from this area here. In fact, it's supposed to be back here, and then you measure. So that's going to adjust it now, right? So let's go ahead and just take that adjusted target. And now we have a top side of 32.56. Yeah, 32.56 appears to be the resistance now, right? I mean, it's ever so slightly different, but we just have to make sure to be as accurate as we can be, right? So 32.56. I guess it's matching well with the 33.68 here. And let's see, 32.56 is actually just upside. Let's see. Here, I just want to display to you exactly how close it is, right? There's 32.58 where my cursor is over, right? So you can just see how close to the mean price action would be from there. So it is rhyming nicely. Okay, and also the fact here of testing this resistance, that's gonna mean a lot. And now what's gonna validate the break outside of this of the mean band would be the following 3-day chart, and it would be the closure of this candle upside of the mid band, which is located from the Gaussian channel, right, at 26.51. So closing this candle at 26.51 would already be a bullish statement for the asset, as it's going to be a closure above the mid band. Now, what would be best is if we actually close above the prior bar high, and this is the high of this candle here was 31.90, right? So yeah, getting this candle to close above, 30.90, right? So yeah, getting this candle here to close above 30.90 would be a very bullish statement for the asset, and definitely something that would suggest a continuation to the upside, specifically to meet first the target of 33.15, right? That's this is based on the breakout, right? Actually, it was right here. We take that trend line, this one here, we take it from here, and we apply it to that breakout zone right over here. So this is why I shifted it to this side here, and that is suggesting a target of 33.15. And now if we come back to our analysis here, now 33.15. Now, how far away is that from 32.15? From 32.56, right? So this is 33.15 right over here. See the difference on that? I mean, that's ridiculous, right? So yeah, everything is rhyming pretty nice. And then going back to the Bollinger Bands, 33.68, right? So that target of 33.34 is coming up a lot right now, right? So that's very likely the next target to be realized, right? Aside from that target, the middle of the triangle is another one, right? So that would give us, actually the middle of the triangle the breakout is 33.15. Now the middle of the triangle is giving us 37.54, and then the back of the triangle is giving us about 46.69, right? So yeah, let's just go ahead and try to get over the target of about 33.15 first, and then we shall see what price action has to tell us, right? But yeah, this is a very bullish breakout from a falling wedge, usually a very, very bullish formation, and seeing the fact that it's on a larger time frame, incredibly important, right? So yeah, now, and then one more thing that we need to look at here is actually the I think I had it, maybe, let me see, actually in the 6 hour, maybe, let me see, or the 4 hour. I don't think I have it anywhere. It's entirely okay, right? So I was just gonna display to you the resistance levels here, right? So we have a 3108 at the SMA 50 on the 12-hour time frame. So if we were looking at a 3108, that is actually yeah, it would actually just be right under our take profit of 32.56 or 33.15 or whatever that is, right? So yeah, I think everything is looking pretty damn good. So now let's move over to the hourly time frame linear regression channel. Let me get rid of the moving averages too, so that we can see where we are. I'm going to get rid of the drawings, and I'm going to get rid of momentum and all that, right? So okay, so all right, so we did close beneath the outer band of the linear regression channel, right? So there is a probability that, you know, price action can continue to the upside here to test specifically that 30.36 or 30.40 before coming back down and filling the gap, right? So there is a chance of getting a support grab here for a continuation to the upside that can be consistent of 29. It's going to be a little hard to tell because, well, you know what? I can use price action instead. Let's see. I will figure it out. Hold on just a sec. I will put it down here for us so that we know. I just have to make sure that I can get the targets that are most likely to be used, right? So let me see, how big is that there? That's actually nothing. There it is. It would likely be that. 28.50 to 29, and that would be set on this hourly gap. Right, so that's where I'm thinking that price action can draw back to, right? So yeah, we would get a slight upside here to test that, maybe 30.40 or 30.30, and then we would come back down to either 29 or 28.50 before continuing on to the upside. The condition here would be to maintain the hourly candle closures above this mid band here. If we break below it and close below it, you know, the probabilities for a downside will be heavier, right? So as you can see here, look at this 30-minute time frame does have a little bit of a pullback here in place, and yeah, that's probably the short-term upside that we're looking at before coming back down and bouncing off of a relative moving average, which is the SMA 14, just like it was here, like here and here, right? And then we would do it again before continuing on to the upside. So if we pull back here, gravitational zone with the SMA 14 support, definitely upside pivot from there. Moving on to the bi-hourly time frame, approaching the gravitational zone here with an upside pivot, very likely to get pulled to the upside. This 4-hour time frame is outside of the gravitational zone here, so no danger, and this is still continuing on to the upside very nicely. And the 8-hour time frame is a little bit closer to that danger zone. Actually, it's outside of it, right? So this is definitely suggesting a continuation to the upside. If there's any pullbacks here, I guess it would be the 12-hour time frame, since it is approaching the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile. But that's okay. This thing can actually move to 52%, bounce back, and then bounce from the SMA 14 and the opposing side's gravitational zone for a support bounce, right, to the upside. So that would be pretty good to consider, right? So now beyond the 12-hour time frame, I would feel more comfortable to look at the upper time frames later, as it looks like we're starting to get what we asked for yesterday, right? The initial response from the shorter time frames, as they would likely start cascading into the top ones, and we're getting just that now. Okay, team. So yeah, please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, right? Never, 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 ever, forever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios. Yeah.